Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. Today I'm going to be covering Polygon, but before I do, I would appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload. And with that being said, let's get over to today's video. Yes guys, another video on Polygon Matic. So I have already made a video on this, an in-depth analysis of what this project is all about. So I'll leave the link below. This video is more of an update in terms of where I think price is heading to. So quickly going over the price analysis, you can see here Polygon ticker name being Matic, currently ranked 14th, so it's doing really well at the moment. Current price not doing too bad at the moment. It is down nearly 14% over the last 24 hours, currently circling just underneath that $2.20. Market cap is over that 15 billion and the circulating volume is over 3.6 billion. Going over the chart very briefly, you can see it was circulating around that 0.0035 level for quite some time until early on this year, where it did circulate past our 50-cent level, going towards that $3 mark, around that $2.50, before dipping back down to around those lows, around that 50-cent level, before going back up to where the price is at the moment. In terms of where you guys can buy it, definitely the best place being on Binance, where you could trade against USDT, but they are listed on most of these exchanges anyway, so you could trade against these other ones over here as well. So guys, I will be jumping onto the price prediction now. So guys, yes, whatever's been waiting for, the price analysis. So I have done a video on this previously, as I did already mention, and I have to say guys, it has been very accurate, and I will be going over a full breakdown today as well. So I have pulled out this chart over here on the monthly time frame. The all-time high back around early this year was around that $2.70 level on the dot, and you can see here ever since then there was a massive retracement back down, nearly 78% level, all the way down towards those lows around that 60-cent level, before obviously going back up to where it is at the moment. So this is a quick breakdown in terms of you shouldn't buy these at the highs. You can see here, over here at the high, if you did buy there, you have no data towards the left to indicate there is a further push to the upside. Of course, people will say it'll go towards $5, $10 and so on, but guys, it is always a risk buying at the all-time high, especially when there's no data that corresponds to going much more further up as well. So I did already mention this on my previous video, so go ahead and check that out as well. It literally played out how I wanted to. So jumping again onto monthly, you can see here I put out this Fibonacci level. It did a nice retracement back down to a 61.8 level, had a perfect level of support formed here, multiple rejections over here as well. You can see all these 4 months over here has multiple rejections around that 61.8 level. It did have that massive dip down here, but it didn't create a level of support around that 76.8. It did do it over here. So from here it created a nice level of support, and it has been very bullish ever since then. Even this month it does look like it's going to be ticking off that all-time high around here, hopefully creating level of support around there and going towards that $3, $4, $5 mark eventually. So that is what I'm thinking. You can see as well, if you did pick up here and did watch that video previously, I did say wait for a retracement back down towards that 61.8 level before accumulating more over here. So if you were able to pick up here around that dollar mark, you would have made a nice 150% gain so far. So that is just a quick breakdown of that as well. In terms of where I think price is actually heading to, so again, have drawn out this Fibonacci level again, and I do see another little bit of retracement back down here, just because it did break this level of resistances. So I do expect a little bit of support being formed here before going back up to its all-time highs and towards that 1.27, towards that 1.41 level. Or what I might do as well, completely break down again, maybe retracing further towards the support level again around that 61.8 level, creating that double bottom pattern before accumulating, going back up towards those all-time highs. So if you do wait for a retracement, it will be a perfect time to pick around that dollar mark, especially for this project. So that is just another two scenarios which I think happening as well. Jumping onto the weekly time frame, you can see here have drawn out these nice level of zones over here as well. So I marked out this first level of resistance over here, support slash resistance over here, support slash resistance over here as well, and a nice level of strong support here. So that strong support around that 75-cent level, another strong support around that $1.20 and around that $1.55 and that $2 mark here. So last week it did break above this very strong level of $2 resistance. So this week, in fact, it did look like it's going to respect that low over here. It did respect it. It didn't actually break below it, and it did break the high over here. So I do expect a bit more of a pullback up towards that all-time high before maybe retracing back, creating that level of support, going back up. Or what I might do this week might turn completely bearish and go here, create a level of support again, so that resistance turns support before going back up to a new high. Or the third scenario, what I'm thinking is either going back down, retracing before, ranging in between these levels around that $1.55 to $2 before going up again. As you know, there's always that range patterns that's always forming, so just expect a bit of a range as well, where there's not really any market movement happening as well. Or the worst case scenario is what I'm thinking is either completely breaking this level of supports over here and going towards that $1.20 to that $1.50 mark, and ranging between that level as well. But I don't ever see it going below that dollar ever again. But that is just my opinion, guys. Just make sure if it does go below the dollar, it's a good time to pick up as well, as I did already mention before, towards that all-time high. It will be a quick 200% gain as well. So that's just my weekly scenario. Jumping into a daily scenario, you can see over here as well, guys, I have drawn out this level of resistance and support over here, and you can see has pretty much been ranging for a lot of weeks, you know, between these two ranges around that 60-cent level towards that all-time high around that $2.70 level. So you can see here I have drawn out this red line over here, which indicates, you know, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then before changing over to higher high, high lows, higher high, high lows, and so on. So it's just a bit more of a clear indication of where I think price is heading to. You can see a lot of these patterns pre-forming. That is pretty much how these charts analysis work. You have to understand lower lows, lower highs, higher highs, and higher lows just to see where price is actually heading to. So I have marked that again, these zones, as I mentioned already. What I see happening is either going to be a retracement back down before creating a level of supports again towards going up towards that all-time high, break this strong level of resistance now, or it might completely break down and then go towards that pattern again, as I did already mention. So these are two scenarios which I see happening, especially for the short term. But you can see clearly, if you visualize the outside, you can see that it is pretty much ranging between these strong level of zones. You can see it's been ranging for quite some time. So if it does range, just expect a bit more of a drop towards that level over here, around these support levels over here. So guys, that is just my quick full analysis on Matic and Polygon. So if you guys do want to see more of these videos, more of these updates, make sure you do smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on bell notification for all future videos. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next video.